All right, everybody, welcome back. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Talkin Banter, the unofficial, which one? Unofficial Dynamic Banter After Show podcast. Um, I'm gonna adjust the levels here. Okay, maybe that's gonna be better. Okay. Yeah, last Beatles episode, I feel like there's not a whole ton to say because they just kind of put a little bow on it, wrap it up. The Beatles' career. I, for one, have learned a lot about the Beatles that I didn't know, and even at times, I know they were kind of doing this at the beginning, but there were times throughout the podcast where I was like, "Are they doing that thing that they've talked about where they're like lying to us about? They're like spreading." False information that's not harmful at all and only funny. Like, Steve is going to teach his kid that, you know, there's an extra day of the week or whatever. And no matter what no matter what your teachers tell you, there is an extra day of the week. And so I was like, wait, this would be the perfect opportunity for them to do that to unsuspecting DB fans that aren't necessarily huge Beatles fans, and even probably some people that are big Beatles fans, to be like, we're going to throw a couple little things in there that, then somebody's going to go around and be like, oh, did you know there was going to be a Lord of the Rings Beatles movie directed by Stanley Kubrick? And people are going to be like, what are you talking about? That's not reality at all. I don't know where you heard that. And I was tempted to do some Googling for myself and find out, if all the things were as true as they presented them. But I decided not to shatter the illusion. I'm like, yeah, I also thought that maybe I just don't care enough, but I was like, it's funnier to think of it this way. So, it's also harmless too. Like if it was something really important, I'd probably be like, I need to go find out the truth. But yeah, I maybe I'd have a little more content for the show right now if I was like, oh yeah, I went and looked it up. But in reality, it probably would be me being like, oh yeah, I looked it up and everything's true. They didn't lie to us. They didn't gaslight their audience. But even if they were, I don't know that I would ruin it. If I looked up some stuff and I was like, oh, they definitely made that up as a joke just to be funny, I don't think that I would say it. I wouldn't want to ruin the joke because that's like, yeah, that's not cool. I'm trying to think of Beatles. I don't know. I specifically didn't want to go down a little like Beatle hole because I revealed last episode that I'm not a huge Beatles fan. So I was like trying to not take notes on anything that was about the Beatles. And it's also just like they're giving us the information and there's not a whole ton to critique. So I don't have a whole ton of stuff, because they really kept it mostly on the Beatles. There was, though, I also didn't write down the ads. This is the worst episode of this yet, for sure. Okay, Aaron is shouting that they talked for 15 minutes about the bidet, and I know that. I was just leading into that. I haven't taken notes on the ads, and I might stop doing that because it just doesn't seem like it's like I need to do it. But they did have a Tushy ad, the bidet company, and I don't want to out this person, I guess, but a certain fan of the show has notified me that they have a Tushy story that maybe could be part of our History Road segment here. A funny Tushy related story. So I'm going to have to reach out to this person and see what's up and see if they want to come on the show next week or the week after and tell their funny tushy story. Yeah, it's great content this week, huh? Okay, so what else have we got? Okay, they got into the history roads, Beatles history roads, and there was one that was not about the Beatles, and it was from somebody. I'm gonna try very hard to find this person. They were announced by Steve as Ben, first name Ben, last name Haydare. I don't know if I'm getting that right. Mike and Steve were both talking at the same time when Steve said his name. I'm guessing it's he when Steve said their name. And yeah, it was the one history road that wasn't about the Beatles. It was the person from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And they basically said, like, they've been going through a rough time. They thanked the boys for keeping spirits up, or at least trying to keep spirits up like they do every week. That was condescending. They keep the spirits up every week. Come on. And they were like, if it's all right with you guys, like, have me on the show. I want to talk about the things that I've been going through, the stuff that I've been struggling with, because I think that people could benefit from it. And I'm like, right on. And I wish, I have absolutely nothing to do. I'm not affiliated or associated with Dynamic Banter, the podcast, other than that's the topic of this show. But I was praying that one of the boys would say, like, oh, well, there's this after show and they're looking for guests. And so hit up the guy who runs this after show. You could hit him up at area code 661-494-7228, call or text, or at Talkin the Banter at gmail.com. Plug. Yeah, I'm like, I want to try and find this person and see if we can get them on the show to talk, because that's my hope for this thing, is to get stories from the community and to, like, have another avenue to, like, centralize the community. So if anybody that ends up listening to this knows of this Ben Haydare, I'm probably totally butchering that person, and could put me in touch with them on the Reddit. I'm probably going to make posts on Reddit and on the Discord, and I'll leave a comment on the original, the podcast this podcast is about, and the episode. I'll leave a comment, so hopefully we can try and track this person down, because I would love to have them on the show. I feel like it's perfect. I feel like that's why we're here. And what else do I feel like now that I said that 10 times? But yeah, that's why this show is here. I want to meet more people, fans, and get discussions going with the fans. And, like, of course, man, if you got stuff you want to talk about, come on the show, and we'll talk about it, and laugh about it. And so Ben Haydare, if you're out there, let's connect. Let's hit me up, email me, text me, whatever it is. Let's get you on the show. I think that'd be great. Okay, last thing is the Beatles History Road song. I got a shout out to Daniel Farner. Is that what I can't read what I wrote down. Farner or Farmer? Shit. Daniel, dude, that was fucking amazing. Like, and I'm not even a huge Beatles fan, but I can totally appreciate that was definitely Beatles style. It was perfect. That was awesome. I hope there's a lot more of those. 'Cause that was really cool. Big shout out to Daniel. I'm struggling so much to read my own handwriting. Daniel Farner, I think. Or was it Famer? Fuck, man. I hope I really screwed that up bad, because if I'm close, it's not as funny. Oh man, who knows? I'm trying to figure it out here in silence, and it's just not working. Okay, I think that's everything for the show. Oh, small little thing. This is going to be, I think, a little pro tip for anybody that has made it to 10 and a half minutes in here or wherever we're at. I think if you really, really wanted to get your History Road read in the next couple episodes, you could label it Beatles History Road. Although, who knows? Maybe they'll cut you out when they find out it isn't. And I'm talking about History Roads on Dynamic Banter, not on this show, because I'll read your History Road. Doesn't mean you don't have to disguise anything. But on Dynamic Banter, I think that you could sneak a History Road in there by putting something about Beatles in the subject line. So that's my little pro tip for everybody that made it all the way through. Thank you guys for listening. Hit me up. Be on the show. If you want to be on the show, if you want to record something and send it to me to be on the show, if it's you talking, or, you know, as long as it's not like an hour-long lecture, because I have to upload these things. But send it. talkinthebanter@gmail.com. Talk in, no G, the banter. talkinthebanter@gmail. Or you could call me or text me. If you call, just leave a message, because I'm not going to answer every call. I'm not going to answer the calls. Leave a message and we'll work something out. This is area code 661-494-7228. That's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, looking.